Mic check, mic check. Really should have done a mic check before. Too late to turn back now. We live. I'm pretty sure I'm live. People, deluded. I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. I hope you're doing well and safe. I hope you're doing blessed. If you're like me and you're over here in the UK, good morning. As usual, if you're not here, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night. However you're locked on, however you're taking this in. Obviously, we're going to talk about Maddison. You've all seen the fixture list. There's a couple other bits and pieces, so we've got a bit of things to go through. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Obviously, shameless plug. Make sure you're checking out the live pinned message. This is the first of 3 live streams today. Obviously, we're focused on Arsenal right now. After this, I believe it's Turkey versus Wales, and then it's Italy, Switzerland. So I'll be watching those games with you people. And again, you've got to be shameless with promotion. So once again, not only do I need you to hit the like button on this video, open up another tab, mute that other tab. Well, not that this will play, but obviously set your reminders, hit the like button and all those things. Even if you're not going to be there, do your bit for the DG Nation, man. We're supposed to be a family. So yeah, content don't stop, people. You either make things happen or you make excuses. I'm trying my best to make things happen, innit? Obviously it's Wednesday. I hope you're all moving closer to whatever personal short-term and long-term goals, hopes and aspirations you've set for yourselves, people. Obviously they're the timestamps. Like I said, there's a lot to speak about. I've got a bit of a detour in this live stream because I want to speak about Arteta to a slight degree and whatnot, because he makes a lot of song and dance about preseason. I'm pretty sure if you've seen our fixture list, you better damn well make sure preseason works, people, because we ain't got time for failure. And obviously next season is going to be made harder when AFCON, the African Cup of Nations, comes into it. We risk the prospect of losing, or probably do lose, Aubameyang, Partey, maybe El Nene as well. Pepe's obviously there. Obviously, if you grab Basuma and Onana, there's all of these sort of things to consider as well. So yeah, I'm sure Liverpool and Arsenal fans are a bit weary, and that would actually make thingy. That would actually mean I'm pretty sure them and they are not going to be there for the derby. I think they miss Burnley at home and they miss a North London derby. So it is what it is. How are you lot feeling today, though? I hope you're doing well and safe. Like I said, get the like buttons in. We're going to get into the meat and the thick of this pause in a second. But let me take in what you lot are saying, man. James Reese. Sorry. Already liked before the streamer started. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of switched off from Arsenal for now. Pay attention when the player signs and the season starts, but the Euros are providing a much needed break. James, I hope you're involved in the watch-alongs, and I feel you, my guy. My club has turned into a I'm not going to say that word, just going around linking everyone, no commitments. We saying one night stand settings, Jezebel settings, sad to say. Maddison, Kevin, you're right, would be an amazing signing. Away from him just being technical, Maddison's got that X factor. He believes in his source. He's a cocky twat in a healthy way. I think we need a bit like that. He's the right level of humble, and obviously he's cocky. Obviously, you've heard that he's had a bit of beef with Rodgers. It's been a bit of an up and down season. More or less for him. So yeah, I would love him. Apparently he's a top target for Arteta and all of those sort of things. So we'll have to see. And that's something that's been echoed. But I personally think Arsenal's chest is high. If you're haggling over some of the players we've been linked with, you can't go for a Maddison. Fair enough. Maddison's stock probably, since he's been doing his thing at Leicester, is probably the lowest it's probably been. But, you're looking at 60, 70 million. And that's me trying to find a bargain. There really is no deal, because when you deep it, somehow somebody spent 80 million on Maguire. I'd be sitting there saying, bro, if you want Telemans, if you want Maddison, if you want Sienchu, if you want this guy, that guy, and Didi, I'm not saying everyone's going to be 80 odd million, but listen, if you ain't got the money, it's a problem. People like Maddison, you have to get them when they're at Norwich. You have to get them when Norwich taking him off Coventry. I would love him at Arsenal, of course. You see all his tweets resurfacing. He seems to, I don't know if he's an Arsenal fan, but he seems to wax lyrical about Mesut Ozil and Jack Wilshere. Obviously, he's English. He knows what this means. So there's the Premier League proven aspect and all of those things. Like I said, for me, he's got the ability, but it's about the X factor. I've seen plenty, well, not too many, but I always say it to you. I see technical footballers that are great, can bring a ball down from space, can pick passes, can do all of these things, but the mentality is not there. So I call them shit. I see players that really, I don't know how you're footballers, but they've got mentality and I call them good. Sometimes it's not about that. And at Arsenal, I've seen, maybe not so much now, but I've seen numerous players who probably have more ability than James Maddison do a thing here and come here, but they haven't got the mentality. What I like about him is he believes in himself. Not only that, he believes he wants to be the showman. You hear how he speaks. We have no chance of getting him, in my opinion, but just to humour you, I would love him. The mentality's there, you know, knows the league. Obviously, the position we need. Obviously, he's got scope to develop. You know, he's still not really an England regular. He's still, you know, there's still a lot of points to prove. He's got that healthy chip on his shoulder. He's a bit of a dark art specialist. We all remember him making a scene and kind of getting Maitland-Niles sent off. There is a bit of resale value there. Probably, as I said, his stock is probably at the lowest it's probably been. He's not gone to the Euros. He's had a bit of a mixed season. You know, problems allegedly with Brendan Rodgers. Obviously, you know, Foden, Mount, Grealish, you know, Maddison, these were the guys. We're like, how could we fit them in? You know, we definitely wanted to take 3 of the 4. We've taken 3. He's not gone. So there's that aspect. Personally, I don't see why you leave Arsenal you leave Leicester for Arsenal, personally, before I bring up the article for you guys, because one, there's a better project going on at Leicester. You know, if they was to sell key players, they'll replace them very quickly. We let a couple of players here that are actually decent leave. We're in problems. They finished ahead of us last couple of seasons. You're in Europe. Yeah, you've missed out on the Champions League. That's where I would be trying to go. Now, obviously, when you look at, apparently Chelsea are in for Grealish and so are City. If they don't get him, then maybe your plan B and they might do a thing. But I don't know. It just seems like our chest is high. I don't mind it. You know, I wouldn't mind Ben White, Maddison. We're doing the English thing, but it's a lot of money. And again, money talks. And again, if you want to buy players that people don't want to sell, you have to put the money on the table. If we're haggling over Buendia and haggling over this guy and that guy, bro, I can't see. Bro, it's like if you can't do shopping in Sainsbury's, and better, yeah, if you can't do shopping in Aldi without being fairly financially stable, bro, why are you gonna go to the supermarket department and sell in Selfridges? Why are you gonna go Waitrose? You know, why are you gonna go M&S? Make sure, play your position, act your wage. And you know, while I'd love Maddison, I can't see it happening. You know, he fits the system to a T. He's a wonderful player. He wants to make the difference. He wants the ball. He's a very cultured individual. We could sit here and talk about his ability all day, but beyond that, I can't see it happening. I would love it to happen, but you have to be prepared to pay a lot, and that is priority. Will we be able to pay whatever they want for Maddison and get in what I still believe a number 6? Obviously, we hope the young Belgium lad is that, and a right back, and for me, a centre half where we hear the club want it. I don't know, people. So for what it's worth, I can't see it happening. 174 of you locked in. Make sure you're hitting that like button. But for what it's worth, though, you know, I'm a big fan of the AFC Bell, because when the world was saying Thomas Partey isn't signing for Arsenal, he made it happen. You know, he kind of told the truth about Buendia, kind of told fans to calm down. So I'm taking it for gospel 9 times out of 10. But again, money talks, the rest of the stuff walk. But for what it's worth, courtesy of Google Translate, it has said it was revealed to the Arsenal Bell that one of the A-plus players the club has been in contact with in recent months is James Maddison. Informed sources confirmed that the player is on the club's list of goals, and it cannot be concluded that there is no future move by the club at some point in this window. Now, for me, I would love that, but surely you go Maddison / the Odegaard targets and then work your way down and then get to a Buendia. You know, if you're haggling over Buendia, if for whatever reason Real Madrid will not sell Odegaard for what, let's say 40-50 million, how can you get Maddison? I'd hope it's for that similar fee, but as we know, Premier League, the goalposts have changed. Everyone's got money. Leicester are in no rush to sell him, so you'd have to pay a lot more. So for me, I say that to say this: if you're struggling over finding money for Odegaard, how are you going to play for Maddison? I hear what people say, that they want to keep him at Madrid, they want to do this, that, and the third. But reality is, Odegaard's contract is running out. Real Madrid need money. If you actually put the money down on the table for Odegaard, whatever it is, do you not think you're going to get the man? And for me, you know, I can't see Maddison costing less than Odegaard. I don't know. I'm just a football guy. I don't know about none of this stuff, but it doesn't make sense to me, because as we know, the Premier League is a level playing ground. You know, we tried to go and get Zaha off Palace. They wanted a bit more in terms of money and upfront payments. We said, all right, cool, we're going to Lille, Pepe, for Pepe. They understand our language. So I can't really see it, people. So you can contact advisors and middlemen as much as you want. You know, obviously in an ideal world, I'd love Maddison to say, you know what, I want to leave, because obviously things flipped on its head, in which if that is it, a bag of teams would be interested in him, you know, a bag of teams, and teams that could offer you better things than we've got. But I would love him for what it's worth. The AFC Bell's gone on to say the club's interest in James Maddison is undisputable after confirmations we've received from respected and trusted sources. It is possible that the news will appear in the English local media in the coming days, denying the club's interest or denying the fact that it's not on the club. I assume he's not on the club's list of goals, but we do not and will not pay attention to it with all due respect. So AFC Bells, them and they are saying, you know what, forget what the English media are saying. This is what I'm telling you. So it gives me a bit of place, man. He said, as we mentioned earlier on January the 26th, there are no guarantees that deals of this kind will take place due to the absence of penal provisions. We cannot be absolutely certain that this deal will happen, and we do not have the answers to the most important question in this file yet, but we do know James Maddison is the center of attention for Arsenal. Of course he is, same way Aouar was, you know, same way Odegaard was. But again, creme de la creme, these are creme de la cremes. Once again, we need to go back to basics. Right now, it looks like we're trying to buy lubes and designer clothes, and we look great on Instagram and all of these things, but we go to our house, the wardrobes are real that we've probably robbed from River Islands. You know, the paint is moldy. You know, the paint is peeling. We've got asbestos and all of that. So we need to, you know, we need to probably wind it in. Of course, I would like Maddison, but I'm just trying to find logic, you know. Again, I get it. You've got your plan A's, your plan B's, your plan C's, and the desperation in which we needed to consider everything. How do you make this happen with no Europe? Now, I know there's ways of manipulating finances. Small hope that the owner would give a crap. If there's a will, there's a way, as they say in life. But I'm just struggling in finding how this actually happens beyond my want for it to happen, people. We'll have to see. But, you know, AFC Bell said it, so I'm taking it in really and truly. If that makes sense, man. What's he said here? I think this is the last bit, or I might have clicked on this already. So yeah, people, we're looking at him, but you can look as much as you want. You know, I must imagine if we're looking for 10s, if there's 20 targets, James Maddison, Odegaard, these players should be there. But I want to know, can you find somebody like Maddison that, you know, is playing in France and playing Brazil that doesn't know, that might not cost 60, 70, 80 million. He might cost 6, 7, 8 million. It's easier said than done, but move quickly. As I said, you look at Leicester, they took him off Norwich. Norwich took him off Coventry. You've got to move for these players before you've got to see the potential in these players before they get to this level. You know, Telemans was there for time because we can't go toe to toe. I want this to happen. But as you've seen, for whatever reason, with Buendia, with Maddison, with several other targets I'm probably not mentioning, you know, if you can't fight somebody for a player, get there first or get after. Forget that one. Why everyone's looking at my man? Let's go for this. Maybe this could be a smoke screen. Maybe there could be honest links with Maddison. Personally, I don't know what to read into this, people. But for what it's worth, that's what it is, people. We'll get into that in a second. Please make sure you're hitting that like button, people. 215 of you in here. 200 is the target. Let me see if there's any English-based publications that have said something. And just as I said, right on cue, people, what have you seen here? I said Chelsea should be looking at it. Apparently, Hakim Ziyech could keep it moving if Grealish move doesn't work and stuff. Now, the only thing, when you look at Chelsea, it doesn't look like this is a priority for them. It looks like the Hakimi thing, pursuing a striker. I'm not saying this ain't important, but do you get it? Right on cue. Chelsea exit could trigger Leicester City transfer raid for James Maddison. It's been claimed that signing Maddison has become a summer priority for Gunners boss Mikel Arteta, while Chelsea are also said to be interested in the player. Could you imagine Mount and Grealish? I mean, Mount and Maddison. It's ridiculous. Chelsea are interested in James Maddison. It was claimed this evening that signing Maddison had become a summer priority for Gunners boss Mikel Arteta. We already spoke about AFC Bell. Shout to them. Apparently, it's been reported that European champions Chelsea would also be interested in signing Maddison as a replacement for Hakim Ziyech. No contest. No contest. If Chelsea and Arsenal go in for a player, no contest. I'd really, as much as I'm an Arsenal fan, you'd really have to question players that sign for Chelsea, that sign for Arsenal ahead of Chelsea. With the profile like Maddison, because them and they're in Europe. You've got more English players at Chelsea that you probably know and whatnot. You got your guy Chilwell waxing lyrical about them. They're in Europe. Thomas Tuchel, Mikel Arteta. With respect to Mikel Arteta, I know which manager I would personally rather want to play for if I wanted to learn, because Thomas Tuchel's been to 2 Champions League finals. He's walked the walk. Arteta ain't really accomplished anything in football. And obviously the playing squad, the damn right mentality, because Maddison will walk in at Chelsea and they'll say, you know what, Maddison, you're walking in, but we're trying to do this Haaland thing. We're trying to do this. We're trying to do that. We're scratching our heads and saying, oh, you can come, Maddison, but we don't know if Leno's staying or going. I don't know if Bellerin's staying or going. We don't really know. So for a variety of reasons, not just Chelsea, but I'd really have to, it's got to the point, as much as I love my club, I have to question, man, that signed for us, really. So yeah, apparently Chris Wheatley, you know, big up Chris. He said, you know, check your DMs. I'm told Mikel Arteta is a huge fan of Maddison, and he's certainly a target, but the fee would be an issue. Chelsea also want him if they lose Hakim Ziyech. I mean, you know what, Chelsea, you know what, you might as well just give us Hakim Ziyech, you know. Just give us a little loan, give us a little deal, you know. Call it quits for when you lot took Ashley Cole off us and things like that, man. There's deals to be had, but as you lot can see, people, there's nothing in it. Give me a second, I'm still here, people. I'm trying to find the old, like there was old little things with Mikel Arteta and all of them things here, as we could see here. If I go on this Twitter account, big up AFC stuff. I'm sure if I go on this 264 of you, do not be lazy, hit the like button. And just as a temporary stop, people, as I said, Wales versus Turkey later. Link is in the live chat. Link is obviously in the pin chat. And you've got Italy versus Switzerland. Obviously, Xhaka's playing against a country where we'll be living in soon. So I'm pretty sure he'll use it to ask the Italians about the way of life and the rest of it there, people. But where was I? There it was, people. Now, obviously, oh, sorry, people. Where am I going? Let me scroll down a bit. We're gonna cover Saliba. We're gonna cover a pair of these things in a sec, people. Just one thing at a time. We're gonna get into Ramsdale. I'm just trying to scroll down because this guy, whoever runs this Twitter account, they did something amazing with it, man. Where is it? Where they retweeting their old tweets in relation to James Maddison or Arteta's. Look, stuff like this, people. Like you could see here. Well, no, that's not it. I'm chatting crap to you. Where is it? Here, stuff like this. You know, you go back to January 2020 when. No, it weren't quite. It wouldn't quite. No, it won't be. It wasn't when Odegaard's here. This is what Arsenal do. They mess up your. You don't even know where you are in the years these days. But apparently, Mikel Arteta has told friends he is plotting a big push to sign Maddison, who he's a big admirer of, and believe he has the class and pedigree to play for a Champions League caliber club, as well as develop into an England regular. That's true. That's cool. But when I look at Maddison, young and hungry, that's what Arsenal should reflect. Does it? If you're selling him a project, there must be something, because you're able to convince Gabriel, Partey, Saka to sign new deal. Aubameyang, yeah, look, hindsight's crazy, but Aubameyang at that time, there's got to be something you're able to tell them. But if I'm Maddison, I'm a young and hungry player. I need to play for a young and hungry team or something like that. I don't know if that is Arsenal, but, you know, there is interest from Mikel Arteta. But like I say, you know, I'm pretty sure we all find Kelly Rowland and Beyonce attractive. It don't mean we're all ever going to chat to them, innit? And this is what it feels like. You can't be puffing out your chest. You can't be buying name brand until you buy the basics. But as you look can see here, pure things, people. You know, Mikel Arteta wants to make Leicester midfielder James Maddison the club's marquee signing. That was last year. James Maddison is the center of attention for Arsenal. Well, that's already been said, but you get the point. So there is interest, there is demand, but the same thing was said about Odegaard. We've been admiring him. We wanted him at 16. We've been watching Buendia when he was at Getafe. So there's been them links there, but I don't really know if it's going to transpire into anything, man. You know, to get them players, you're going to play hardball. Leicester don't want to sell. So if Leicester are going to sell, you're going to have to sell on their terms. Just like allegedly with Buendia. Aston Villa were not messing around. They did their due diligence. They've been watching Buendia. They concluded that obviously there's a price everybody wants to go beyond. I'm sure Villa would have loved it cheaper. Who wouldn't? But Villa sat there and said, you know what? We'll give you what you want. Keep it moving. You know, I've always told you, Al is not here because there's no release clause. Partey is here because there's a release clause. Let's be real. If Partey don't have that Atletico release clause, we'll probably be sitting here. We probably would have went into the season with El Nene. I don't know what would have happened with Torreira, but let's be real, people. And Edu's going to have to pull it out, because Edu, for me, it looks like Edu struggles with negotiations, and I want to be proven wrong. How are you going to play against Leicester that play hardball? They're not buying or selling players unless it's on their terms. And that's where it's a level playing ground these days now in football. You can't, with respect to Leicester, you can't bully Leicester for Maddison. You can't bully Villa for Grealish. You can't just, it's a level playing ground. Not just for us, United. You want Maddison. I mean, you want Maguire. That was probably what, a 20, 30 million thing back in the days. Now got fleeced. It is what it is in that regard. So we'll have to see, man. But I think we're moving very bright. We're puffing out our chests. And whether I'd love Maddison, whether we get it and confirm that, is a whole nother story, people. 312 of you locked in. Please make sure you're hitting that like button. Where are we at in terms of likes? 114 already, people. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Let's keep pushing towards 200. Shout out to everyone that's here. So yeah, man, that's it in relation to Maddison. You know, I'll leave this up here for those of you that that want to take in Maddison and all of those sort of things. That's Bellerin. In fact, no, I won't leave it up here. There's no need to. So that's that in relation to Maddison. What else are you guys saying, people? Because I know I said I was gonna take in what you lot are saying, and I didn't. I did you lot dirty. Clipper doing it to everyone, man. We should be negotiating with Brendan Rodgers, not Maddison. It isn't happening. I'll believe it when I see it. Pipe dream settings, 100%. DG Maddison won't go anywhere unless it's 70 million plus. Exactly. And for me, if I'm your team, bro, I'm saying, bro, I'm not being funny. Maguire went for this, man, I forgot for this. If I'm Arsenal, I'm sitting there and saying, nah, I ain't trying to buy it because this has happened. He ain't had the best of season. Then if I'm Leicester, I'm sitting there and saying, well, you're not getting the man. Case closed. Let's go fix on what we're doing. And the longer you pee around or delay with this, the more Leicester are going to, in theory, play hardball because they're going to need to, quote unquote, replace Maddison. They're going to need to negotiate. And obviously, it's a knock-on effect. If they sell Maddison, then man know they might need some creativity. So they might have said, yeah, I know he cost 4 million for argument's sake, but now he's going to cost 8 because I know you lot got money from Arsenal for this transfer, provided it happen. And I know you need this man. So simple as that. But for what it's worth, I think we can all agree it's a myth. It's a big, big myth. But, you know, to dare is to dream. And to be honest with you, that the context were different. I have to go back to Mesut Ozil. I didn't believe we'd sign Mesut Ozil. I was in Mali at them times on holiday. I remember I looked at the newspaper. It said Benzema, Di Maria, Ozil. I said, F that, we're lying. They're talking nonsense. I swear to you, started backing some fish bowls and all of those sort of things. And by the time I sobered up, I woke up the next day, man, I seen him holding shirts and that. So dreams can happen, but we ain't got the Wenger who can call these players and been chasing man since he's 17. We ain't got Champions League. We ain't really got that clout. We're just selling the old dream of what we used to be. So, you know, to dream is, you know, we can dream. You can dream as much as you want, but reality is a bit mad, man. How much is Kroenke backing up Arteta in this transfer window? I don't know, my guy. We'll have to see, man. To be fair, DG, Ozil could have probably gone anywhere in 2013 and he came to us. He did, but the context is different. You had Arsene Wenger who tried to get him as a teenager way before. We had Champions League football. We played beautiful football. Bro, I'm not saying we can't, but where's the clout for man? You know, there's nothing for man to... There's nothing. Like, you can gas him and say, yo, we're building the team around you, which that's all we can sell to him and say, look, we have to be real. We're not in the Champions League. We're a long way away from that, but we will get there one day with people like you. You could be the center. We're trying to do this Ben White thing, you know, Holdings here. We're trying to do Saka and Smith Rowe. We're trying to do this homegrown / British thing again. We're trying to do it properly. Those that might not be British, but tie into this young stuff, you know, well, technically British in Tierney, you know, Gabriel's young, Martinelli's young, all the, you know, the recruits are kind of young, you know, like I said, young and hungry. That might be the carrot to dangle to Maddison and say, be part of this thing. I can't lie to you. I'm trying to, bro, Maddison, I'm trying to sell the London aspect to him as well. Like, listen, come down to London, my tuggy. You know, there's about that. But apart from that, I don't know, man. I'd take Pereira from West Brom in a heartbeat. That would be a good signing for Arsenal, man. A man said, not even the bell can gas me with this one. Well, he can gas me because I don't believe in it, but I don't know what them man they're doing. But because of the party thing, and I watched that one firsthand, I'm going to give them it. His market value is 60 million plus an English premium tax. But again, for me, surely if you can't grab Odegaard for 30 to 40 million euros or whatever is spoken about, just as a fan from what I'm shown at base level, how can you get entertained? Some of you have said 60, some of you said 70. Me, if I'm Leicester, I'm saying you're not taking him for 100 for anything less than 100 because I don't want to sell him. So anything's possible, but I just can't get my head around it. Like I said, I'd love to be wrong, people. Not feeling this Maddison move unless we're actually planning to spend like 200 this summer. I'm feeling it anyways. We wouldn't be in for him if we couldn't afford him, but it all comes down to what Leicester want and whether we see that as the right value. And that's it. That's all it comes down to. But again, it doesn't look like a bid's been placed. Maybe there's been indirect talks. But apart from that, it's a bit of a madness. Big up the members. Shout out Footy Chats. I'm good, my guy. And on behalf of, well, speaking on behalf of myself, I would like to bless you with a good day as well. Hope you're good. I hope everyone else is good as well. I hope everybody's health is good, man. Because while I'm here to talk about football, health is wealth, man. We'll probably sell a few homegrown players, so it makes sense to sign more. It does, but unless you're going to find the Maddisons when they're at Norwich and all of these teams before they break out, find Ben Godfrey when he's at York, try and buy Ben White from Brighton when he's at Newport on loan, you know, seeing the future almost. there's a problem because, as we know, you've got to add a tax, and then half of these players are highly sought after. A couple people don't mind paying a tax. Obviously, we've got a holding for a respectable fee. Chambers cost 16 million, weren't the biggest of fees. There's a couple of examples. Obviously, there's a couple of players that aren't quite here anymore. So it all depends, man. I see him as a 10. Do you think he can do up 6/8? What, Maddison? Not a 6, maybe an 8. Appreciate that low profile. What happened to Arsenal buying hidden gems before they became world renowned? Well, you need to be proactive and have a proper sort of DNA thing when you're looking for players. And I think we've got a bit lax, man. Dermot's back with his people. Maddison is a myth. Like Maddison, but his recent injury record is a concern. Fair enough, I'm still taking him. We should be linking with these type of players more regular. Kai, we should be bringing them in. Bernard, I appreciate that. Big praise. One day I'll be worthy of that praise, but you know, we keep working until then. You have said one of the best content creators. Have a great day, DG. Do you think Arteta will be better prepared for the start of the season? Stay with this live stream. We're gonna get into that. He damn well needs to be. It's not if I think. I don't know. Until we sign different players, Arteta can have all the plans in the world. I think we're gonna come up short again. Thank you very much for that praise, Brian. And bro, it's been so mad. We ain't even talking about the fixture list. We're gonna get into that. That one there is a madness as well. Maddison has only missed 11 games in 3 seasons. I think I saw it on Twitter. I don't know if that's true, but again, that would put the injury concerns to bed. Are we still not mourning, my guy? That's bull. Big up the Aston Villa fans. Like I said, my guy, if you want to talk to Aston Villa and shut up this Maddison stuff and send send James Maddison, Jack Grealish down the train and tell him to stay with Saka and sign for Arsenal, I'm all for that, but it ain't gonna happen, man. And I also think there's some common link with Leicester being linked with Coutinho and Maddison being linked with a move away. Again, you know, you can somewhat see it, but it would be backwards for a club like Leicester to sell Maddison and bring in Coutinho, really. Something Arsenal would do, really. So madness. Bro, this is another PR stunt to buy time and give the fans something to talk about. We'll end up with the same squad. It probably is, man. It probably is. You've tried that, though, with Holding and Chambers, etc. Lee, you're right. But we've always tried, for Arsenal, for me personally, we've never tried the homegrown thing with good players. Like Jack Wilshere, he had the injury issues. Ramsey, we got a tune out of. Ox was always meaty, let's be real. Theo's always meaty, let's be real. You know, Jenkinson, meaty. Gibbs, meaty. Like, hella meaty players. Like, if you're going to do it up a level where you're saying, I'm getting a Ben White, I'm getting a, obviously, well, let me not say Ben White, but let's just say in theory, these things could never happen, but you're going for these Maddisons, Foldens, Mount types is kind of different. We're getting meaty, man. Really and truly. Oh, trust me. Come London and link someone, Maddison, bro. You're cool with Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles might not even be here again, but, you know, Agent Maitland-Niles must can do a thing, man. And again, your boy Chilwell south of the river. I'm sure you lot can get up to a Mazzolini, man. That's the fan here. Apologies. You said if we sign Coutinho and sell Maddis for 60 million, I don't mind. I hear that, man. I hear that, man. Big up DG. Our transfer strategies need to be smarter and more ruthless. Otherwise, we won't even compete with Wolves or Everton, let alone Leicester and Villa. They already have a better squad than us. Arsenal shouldn't be trying to buy a player that can't hold down a place in the Leicester lineup. I mean, let's be a bit fair. You know, he typically has. He's lost his spot. He's had some injuries. Let's be a bit fair. Let's be a tiny bit fair. I would take half of Leicester's team, to be fair with you. Cassange, James Justin, their fullbacks are better than ours, apart from Tierney. You know, centre-half, I'm taking Fufana, I'm taking Siyunchu. Goes without saying, Telemans and Didi, these guys are coming. You know, Jamie Vardy, probably his age now is the only reason he's saying no, but he'll still bag for us. Was there a point Vardy went double figures without bagging last year? Because I think the media let him get away with that one. Big up Claudius, the man of reason. It's early days in the window, guys. Let's breathe. Don't let them stress you out in the off-season. Trust me. Just make sure you're taking in the Euros, man. It's going to be a long season. We're always linked with every man and his dog. 100%. Danny, Big up the members and big up yourself, bro. We're winning the league next year if we're getting Maddison, Aouar, Odegaard, DePaul, who looks like he's going Atletico now. We've been linked with some serious players. If only being linked correlated to actually signing them, boy, we'd be on some serious crud. Shout out the Twitch gang as well. I appreciate all of you lot. Deluded Gooner 187 on Twitch. Make sure you're giving that one a 1. Where are we in terms of likes? 155. We're moving, and I'm very appreciative of it, people. But that's not 200. Musk can grab that. Absolutely crazy, man. Good opinions coming, guys. Keep them coming. Keep them coming, man. Sports Mail understands Arsenal believe there may be a deal to be struck if they can present the right offer for James Maddison. Brother, I hear that there's always deals to be struck, but bro, what sort of deal? Because what players are you offering them? Allegedly they wanted Maitland-Niles before. Again, does Maitland, this assuming he wants to go there? I would if I was him. Learn under Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers probably make him buying into being a fullback, if I'm completely honest with you. Maitland, apart from that, who's going to go? Really and truly. Click the like button, people. 100%. I do find it interesting that they're keeping the funds we have real quiet. To be fair, we'll never ever know. We'll never ever know what they have, man. But we can try. I would go all out for Grealish. You can go all out as much as you want, bro. That's 100 mil. Can't get him, brother. Can't get him, man. Why are we not looking at Matheus Pereira? If I had an answer for you, bro, we would be going for him. We really would. I really want Maddison as well. But what we really want and what happens, it doesn't happen. Tell me what you want. What you really want. I had to do it, man. Where do you think we'll finish this season? Unless nothing changes, the same place. Please stop spamming, though. You got to go on timeout. We got to set rules. Don't spam. Nobody's questions is more important than another. I have no divine. You have no divine right for me to answer your questions. I have no divine right to answer just specifically one person. We're chatting to everybody. Please do not spam. A man said, DG, I would swap Emil Smith Rowe on 50 million for Madders. You're going mad. You're going mad. A fair price. Well, if I'm Leicester, I'm trying to get 100 million 80. If I'm removing my, I'm not prepared to go over 60, 65 million for him, and that's in add-ons. If I'm completely honest with you, if football was how it should be and these things weren't inflated, I'm trying to pay 40 million for him, really. But football's gone a bit mad. What's in the smoothie? What I put in this? Strawberry, banana, blueberries, raspberries, mangoes, majority mangoes, a mango-based thing as well. Maca powder, the slightest bit of honey, and then we're gone. Apparently, he did fall out with Rodgers, but footballers fall out with people all the time, man. And even if it was a thing where Maddison has fallen out, Leicester have said you're gone, bro, everyone's interested. Liverpool for no reason, City for no reason, United for no reason. Just because they hear Maddison's available, them man there want to be kept update. Our noisy neighbors from down there, they'll probably be involved and stuff like that. So everybody in there now will be interested. You'd imagine there might be clubs from abroad, assuming, fair price and all. Maybe not, I'm exaggerating, but my point being, I don't know for bidding war, but there'll be a lot of interest, man. There'll be a lot of interest. Get Telemans instead, bro. Like I said, it's Selfridge. If you can't afford James Maddison, you can't get Telemans. Like, it's all a myth. It's all